Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ethereal Orb. I am Megan, and this is the August Pouring Challenge. I think our hashtag this month is Aug Pouring Challenge 2018, but definitely check the description box for that, along with all the other information and the links to everybody else's videos. This is an exciting month because we're doing 3D. Now, if you want to know the rules, they were probably on the intro slide. I haven't seen that video yet, but I'm sure they are. I'm not even going to try to tell you the rules because I'm not sure what they are. I could have double checked, although our communication about this month got a little bit, I'm not getting notifications on Facebook for some reason. Anyway, I got a bit behind on the progression of this month's rules. And I was afraid to double check because I had an idea in my head and I was afraid I was breaking the rules. So, slap a leather jacket on me, call me Danny Zuko from Greece. Is that his last name? Zuko? Danny Zuko? Because I think I'm going to be a rule breaker, but maybe not. I don't know. You'll have to read the rules. I am afraid to. But I know it's 3D, and I'm pretty sure the rule was 3 layers. I was going to do another layer of, I can explain in a minute. I guess I was going to do 3 layers. I'm not sure I technically have 3 layers, but I'm going to go with it. This is just a regular canvas. Size. I think it's 11 by, it is 11 by 14. And these are pinto beans. Can you see? These are just pinto beans that I have glued on the canvas. I was going to do another layer in here to make this more like Acrylic. It's a bit like a well, but I didn't. I'm running out of time for the challenge, so I'm going to keep it as is, and I think the texture will be enough. And I think there are places where I have 3 layers of beans, so I hope that counts as my 3 layers. So this is like 1 layer, I think this is 2 layers, and then I have some with 3. I'm not sure how much this texture is going to show after I pour on it. I don't know. And I have quite a bit of paint mixed because I'm thinking it's going to take quite a bit to cover the beans. And I have to be really careful on the edge. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'm thinking because I'm going to paint here, and I probably should have done the background, let it dry, and then done this, let it dry, and then did the background to cover any messy spots. But as I said, I'm running out of time for this challenge, so I'm just going to go for it and see what happens and use it as a learning experience. Because I kind of like the texture that the beans give it. So I'm going to do ocean colors and then sunset colors. That's my plan. And I did Google some images of ocean sunsets, and the colors were all over the place. The sunset colors, some of them were really bright and vibrant, some of them were more subdued, subtle. Some of the oceans were dark. Most of them were really light though. So I was going to go with a deep phthalo blue. And then I decided I kind of wanted to do the lighter colors. So these are my ocean colors with white. And then here are my sunset colors. This is a Deco Art color. What is this? This is Americana Coral Blush. I've got to say, I am in love with this color. It is so pretty. So, my thought process, if I have one, is to pour the ocean, because I think this may require some tilting, and then swipe the sunset. Because I've done... Is it in here? I don't think it's in here. I've done a sunset pour where it was a swipe that was really cool. And I think that's going to work okay for this. So, because obviously I can't do this and tilt and then do this and tilt. And I don't want this going into here. So this is an experiment. This is definitely a trial and error. And you're seeing my first trial, so it could be more error than success. But that's how we learn. So, I'm going to go for it. And we're just going to see. So I'm going to do a dirty pour for my ocean. And if I have to go in and touch up some bits with paintbrush, I guess after it's all dry, I can do that. That's not gonna, you know, drive me nuts. I'm going to do a dirty pour, and I kind of want the white. I'm not sure what's going to be the easiest. I want a little bit of white right here, but that's about the only place I want the white. So I may do 2 dirty pours. We're just going to wing all of this. And this is just paint Floetrol. I do not have silicone. My sunset colors are just paint and water, with the exception of the pink because this was already mixed. This is probably Floetrol and treadmill belt lubricant, but I don't really want cells in my sunset. So I'm not sure I want cells in my ocean. Let's just do a little bit here and see where this takes us. I have a feeling I may need to mix more paint. It's probably going to take quite a bit of paint to cover all these beans. And I may go into this stick because obviously there's plenty of paint there and it may just need, you know, I think that's a better idea. Okay, let me cover it all and then I will pause the video and do all of that as I go. This is looking a little bit one note, these 2 colors. They're maybe a little too close together for this, but let's just keep going. We're this far into it. We're just going to keep going. There, I didn't mix those in the cup as much, so what happens? Let's see what happens if I tilt. Maybe not much. Those beans are kind of forming a barrier. I'm afraid, though, if all that paint, I wonder if I'll have cracking. Although if I have cracking and crazing, as long as it's crazing more than cracking, I guess I'm not going to be too worried about it because it might give texture, and ocean has waves and texture, so I'm not going to stress about that. Ooh, I need more paint. Okay, let's get the white involved here now that we're close to the top. And I'm going to do really thin layers. Can you see me? I hope you can. If I went off camera there for a minute, I apologize. I'm just doing layers in a cup. Let's start here. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Oh, I'm getting cells. Actually, the cells where the white is works because it's it would be foamy. That white is just Arteza paint mixed with water. I will post a link to the Arteza paint if you're curious. I have found the Arteza cells really, really easily. If you're having trouble with cells, they might be a paint to try. As I said, I just have that mixed with water. No Floetrol, no silicone. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to cover these beans with the paint that's already on here because I have plenty of paint on here. They just need to get on top of the beans, and you don't need to sit and watch me do that. Okay, so I got most of it. I'm going to have a little touch up when it's dry with a tiny little paintbrush. It was impossible to get all the tiny little things. The other thing that I noticed is because I was, you know, moving the paint around a bit, trying to get it on the beans, that any design that was there that I had wanted to stay, if I had, is pretty much gone. And my colors are so close together. Unless you look close, the blues just kind of look like one color. And the white mixed in a bit just because I was manipulating the paint to get on top of the beans. So, just note to self, for anybody else who might be interested in this, what you pour isn't going to be what stays. The only other thing I'm thinking is if you spray paint, and I might do this next time I use beans, spray paint the bean part with a base color that's close to one of the pouring colors so that the little places that peek through won't be noticeable or, you know, won't be a big deal. That's my other thought, and I think I will try that next time. Hopefully there will be a next time because I'm kind of digging this. So I did have some leaking right here and right here. So I'm going to be careful when I do my swipe. So I'm going to swipe with a paintbrush because I like that effect. It gives me kind of a stripey effect. And as I said, I don't want cells, so I've used the paintbrush in the past when I didn't want cells and really like the effect. So that's what we're going to use. So I want, get this out of the way, the top to be this deep, there we go, this deep, what is this? This is Tuscany, I think. Tuscan blue? Tuscan teal. Oops, and I have my bottle sitting here to remind me. This is Tuscan teal. I don't figure out how far down I want to go with that. I have some orange here. Might use, whoops, I don't have any blue left. Just a hair bit of pink in that orange. Don't want a lot of pink. Oops, I kind of put more than I planned. Okay, now let's see how far this amount of paint takes us. I'm thinking we're going to need a little bit more. But let's just, maybe not. Let's just go with it. Yeah, that's kind of the stripey thing I was going for here. Careful right here. I don't want to pick up a little bit of that blue. It's okay. I don't want a lot. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my brush off a little bit. Okay, actually, that's a pretty good amount. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink right here, because it kind of disappeared on me. I'm getting cells in my sunset. No, I knew that pink had some silicone. Okay. Ah, don't totally disappear on me, pink. Some of you over here. Okay. So let's get this brought up. And I'm going to get just a touch more pink because I'm going to go that way one more time right here. Well, I think one more time. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah. Let's do one right here just to... stand up and look at that. Oops, a little bit canvas right there. Actually, I'm gonna leave that just the way it is. Wow. I don't often pat myself on the back because the paint does a lot of the work on here, and I'm certainly not one to toot my own horn, but gosh darn, I'm sorry, but I am happy with that one. That doesn't always happen. I was expecting this to be like, well, I learned something. I will do it differently next time, but that is almost exactly how I pictured it. Let's do a close-up real quick. Okay, so you'll have to tilt your head since it's sideways. So tilt your head so that it's facing the right way. I will show it hanging on the wall the correct way here in a bit. But you can see the areas in the beans that I need to do a quick touch-up once it's dry. I fiddled with it quite a bit, and then I finally thought for these last little bits it might be easier once it's dry. And there's my sunset. Once again, the paintbrush does an amazing sunset swipe. I've done it before that way, and it's just gorgeous. Okay. Woo! So there's my August pouring challenge. You'll have to go read the rules to see if I followed them and to see if you'd like to join us, either following the rules or fudging the rules a little bit. Check out the description box to see what everybody else did. This is going to be an exciting one because I'm sure everybody's are going to be completely different, just mostly because of the 3D factor. I mean, everybody has a different take on that. So it's going to be a really exciting month. So check out all those. And of course, use the hashtag if you post. Feel free to share in my Facebook group, Fluid Art Fanatics. Use the hashtag. And if you've posted my group, please tag me because I love to see them. And my notifications, as I said, have been really weird lately, but I'm pretty sure I see all my tags. So anyway, I'd love to see what you guys do with the 3D challenge. Feel free to chastise me if I broke the rules. We will see you next time, guys. Happy 3D pouring.